Hey VC, Big Star 1000, with the return of the Forgotten Treasures Club, aka Revolutions number 33. I want to suggest a new idea. I want to post my installments of Revolutions on Wednesday, sort of midweek, or maybe Tuesday night or Wednesday or something, so that every week I make two different videos, so that it's spread out and contributes a bit more often to the VC rather than once a week. So try this formula where you'll get this video. This is Sunday night, by the way. Today it's Sunday evening, but I can't film it during the week. I don't have the time. So this is what I've been playing, and then on Friday, which is 2 days from after you watch this video, but in fact about 5 days from now, I will post a new finds video, and so on and so forth. Try to keep it like that. If you like the idea, just let me know. And I'm going to start. I've got about 20 records to show you what I've been playing. Obviously, having been to France and so on and so forth, recently I'm playing the records that I've bought a lot, but I also try to actually balance it a little bit by pulling other records from my collection that I haven't heard. Things that, as I said at the start of the video, maybe I've forgotten or neglected for a little while. Okay, I'm going to start with a wonderful Czechoslovak. Well, now it would be Slovakian because there's no such thing as Czechoslovakia. But at the time when these guys made this record, it was Czechoslovakia. Collegium Musicum is the band, and the record is called Convergency or Convergency. I don't know how you say it. Convergency, on the wonderful Opus. This is a Soviet era kind of organ, prog rock, jazz rock. These guys, as I said, they were from Bratislava in the Czech Republic, Slovakia, actually, not the Czech Republic, and they're sort of regarded as the equivalent to a sort of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, but I think it's very misleading. This is very much more, or a lot less pompous than ELP, and it's more refined. It's just, it's Eastern European. It's more delicate. It's from 1971, I think. Original press, obviously, which I found for peanuts in a local store. And I think it reminds me that I've got another Czech record that I've been playing, Czech or Slovakian record that I've been playing, which is this one, which is a Modrý Effect, Blue Effect, legendary band from Czechoslovakia, again, not really a country anymore. Nova Synthesa, New Synthesis, I can never say that word, number 2. And this is the Czechoslovak Radio Jazz Orchestra and the Blue Effect group. Blue Effect, just as I said, legends from the. This is a killer record. I remember finding this in a local shop and thinking this looks cool. But when I took it home, it was way cool. This is an absolute forgotten gem from about the same time, 1970 something. You can look it up. It's on Panton Records. Wonderful. Here's a couple of French progressive records that I really enjoyed yesterday evening. This is a test pressing of Wapassou, Messe en Ré mineur, which is Mass in D minor. This is a test pressing, believe it or not, of the second Wapassou record on Crypto. The reason why I own one of these is the Crypto label is a label from where I come from in France, very close to where I come from, and in the local record store in that town, you can still find test presses of things like, if you're familiar with Wapasu, they made, they're a terrific prog rock band from France. Really, again, Collegium Musicum, lots of organ, very much organ driven. This is fantastic, and I think I probably would buy the record if I found it as well, with the sleeve. The sleeve is beautiful, and not, well, kind of in the same style. This amazing journey by Laurence Vanet, aka Gateway. She was the wife, was the wife of a former Magma member, and there's a lot of sort of progressive influence there. And it's very also, it's almost a little bit post-rockish in like sort of 1974 post-rock, if you like, in terms of just very ambient, atmospheric music. This was reissued a couple of years ago by Lion Productions, and her other records, Galaxies, is to die for as well. This is fantastic. Laurence Vanet, beautiful record. I'll continue with French, kind of. Here is a French Caribbean record, Roland Brival. This guy is from the island of Guadeloupe, which is a French island in the West Indies, very close to Cuba and Haiti and in that area. And this is a wonderful sort of spiritual, funky, jazzy number. This is just beautiful, rare groove. It really is funky. Lots of electric piano. Lots of the drums are really tight. It's just a great record. It's jazzy. It's Roland Brival. It's called Creole Gypsy. A local record, Australian records, which has been shown in the VC before lots of times. Leon Lau, that wrong sound. To me, the best thing I've heard from Leon Lau so far. Absolutely astonishing records. Really, again, funky. One of the funkiest thing that, well, it came out when was it last year that it was reissued? I think it was last year. Possibly the funkiest record that I bought last year. Really, it's just so tight. This guy, he was from Indonesia, I think, and he migrated to Australia in the 60s or 50s or 60s, and he just was playing in bands. And I mean, try and find an original of this, it's just damn near impossible. Last weekend I was telling you about professing my love for Alain Peters, and again I was playing this a lot this week. Not that it's any news to me. I mean, there's the vinyl is new, but as I said, I've been cherishing my CD, so the complete works of Alain Peters on CD for a while. And this is a great, island folk. Style of music is Maloya, which is sort of a very idiosyncratic style from Réunion, which is in the next to Madagascar in the Indian Ocean. Just this guy encapsulates everything that's original about African music. It's brilliant. I think so far it's the reissue of the year for me. It's just, everybody should buy a copy. It's wonderful. It's just vital. Just before making this video tonight, on Sunday night, I was absolutely floored by the brilliance of this record by the German band Embryo. Embryo's Reise. Reise, I think, means travel in German. And for good reason, recordings from Afghanistan, Pakistan and India. What you get there is like space rock with sort of ethnic music, you know, in the background, and vocal samples. It's like My Life in the Bush of Ghosts. Like, um, well, it's 78, 79. It's not that far ahead from My Life in the Bush of Ghosts. Um, it's not the same music, but there's some of the same concepts. This is a wonderful record, absolutely killer. It's a double LP, it's an original pressing. Comes with a booklet in the middle, but the booklet has come loose, so I'm not gonna. And it's on this Snowball record, which is really cool. This level, Schneeball, very cool. Embryo's Riser, Embryo, just amazing German band, and I hadn't visited this record for a while, and I really truly wasn't disappointed. Another recent acquisition which I've been digging a lot, which if you're into jazz, you're into VC, this is a cheap thing you can buy very easily. Biche Bleue by Florent Pellissier Quintet, which I bought in Paris recently. This is great. It's just sort of Wayne Shorter, Eric Dolphy-esque jazz from a French quintet from Paris on Heavenly Sweetness. Just great. Again, earlier today, little reggae drop. 2 Sevens Clash by Culture. A great record from 1977, 2 Sevens. One of maybe the top 20 best reggae albums, roots reggae albums ever. And I'm not really overstating this. This is true. I mean, if you're into classic reggae, you would know this. This is like a Catch a Fire, or it's one of those records. It's wonderful. Inspired by my good pal Chris Cole. If you're watching, Chris, you were in your last Find video. You were showing this record, and you inspired me to put it on. Thank you. Electrictus, Electronic Mind Waves. This is a reissue on Wawa. I don't have the means to buy an original of this. This is very much like Cluster or Klaus Schulze, or maybe a bit of Deuter as well. It's very Berlin school German electronic music from the 70s, except that it's Italian, from a guy called, what's his name? Andrea Centasso. Very cool record. Like, yeah, just wonderful electronic record. And you can get this on Wawa. If you're into sort of electronic music, this is probably going to be your thing. A lovely way of spending a Sunday afternoon is by listening to some modern classical music. For instance, Eric Satie, a French composer, wonderfully played by Aldo Ciccolini. It's the piano music of Eric Satie Volume 1. I remember making James Buttery buy this at the market. James, if you're watching, I hope you still dig this record. This is it is the best Satie recording there is, in my opinion. I think it's just wonderful. If you don't know Satie, it's really delicate modern classical music. Look, I'll do a segue that works well this year. I played them back to back this afternoon. Diva. The music is by Vladimir Kozma. It's a movie from the 80s. I've talked about this. This is probably my favorite soundtrack, or one of. And I buy it every time I see it to give it to people. Almost. It's just that good. You can get this for nothing. In Australia, you can get this for $5 everywhere. No one wants it. It's a mix of opera, which is not everyone says, but it works. Modern classical, very reminiscent. This and this, there's a lot of similarities. Played by Vladimir Kozma, and some really abrasive, like sort of electronic 80s music, which is they all work so well together. It's amazing. In a completely different register, early this week, I woke up to Pierre Akindenge Nandipo. This is one of the gems of the Sarava label in France. Pierre Akindenge is, I think, it just in some ways it reminds me of like a sort of a George Ben, but from Gabon, Africa. Um, it's played an acoustic guitar, and his delivery and what he says as well is his voice is so vivid. It's just an amazing record. Pierre Akindenge Nandipo from 1970. The early 70s or thereabouts. Last week I was waxing lyrical about François Rabat, super bass player. This is one of the two records that I bought. Multibass, it's called. And par les autres. This is dope, people. Yeah, he plays double bass with a bow, and there's percussion in the background. That's all. It's very minimal, but it's just so delicate. It's like chamber music, jazz, and mixed together, kind of a thing, but with a sort of ethnic kind of twang. It's great. It's on Moshenaim. What a label. Moshenaim. Very good. I was talking about Sarava and just before, that reminds me of Brigitte Fontaine all the time. She was the superstar of Sarava. This is not on Sarava, this is on Big. This is probably my personal favorite Areski and Brigitte Fontaine record. It's called L'Incendie. It's just, I'll have a listen to the third song, Il pleut sur la gare. Can you see that? That's an amazing track. I mean, Areski and Brigitte Fontaine, the work that they do together is, it's just, there's an osmosis there that is just undeniable. This is from, I don't know, 71 from memory, I think. L'Incendie. Yes. And I'll continue with another French record that is just, I reckon, slept on big time. Jean-Claude Vincent, Lettres au passé. This is also on Crypto, like what I was talking about, Wapasar. This is on Crypto. Also bought in my hometown. This guy, he recorded an album of sort of progressive singer-songwriter type of music. All the music was composed by the guys from the band Ange, the French progressive band, very much like Genesis. Not this, obviously. And features vocals from Valérie Ptèche, who is in the French band Tangerine. And this is a lovely record. It's excellent. I will replay this many times. It's great. Okay, try to finish quickly now. I got a couple of Brazilian records. This morning I played A Taboa de Esmeralda, one of the best George Ben records. Really get it. It's just a no-brainer. My copy is a reissue on Polsam from 2010. It's official, which is cool. Otherwise, quite difficult to get. Super record. Another super record, which is, this one is an original and it's easy to get, is this Jobim record. Matita Pere, that's what it's called, the record. Matita Pere. I don't know if you can see that. No, probably not, but that's what it's called. This is a great record. This was a $1 record in thrift store. Superb, just really so well arranged. Probably one of the best Jobim records you can buy with confidence. A couple of French records. Again, I was waxing lyrical on Friday night about Gérard Manset. If you're gonna get one Gérard Manset, make it this one, La Mort d'Orient. concept album, totally wild, brilliant. 1971, I think. You can find copies of these everywhere in France. There's just nobody buys them. In every shop, there's a copy of this. It is one of the most essential sort of French progressive records. Singer-songwriter, on a par with Gainsbourg, and people are very cool. I haven't played this forever. This is Michel Colombier, top arranger, soundtrack composer. This is Wings on A&M. This guy wrote soundtracks. He worked with Pierre-Henry on the Messe pour le temps présent, and he also was arranger for Serge Gainsbourg on many albums. This is something he did with an orchestra and everything. It's great. Has Lanio, James Buttery. Lanio is on vocals on this. And finally, one of the harder to find ECM titles, Vanessa by Michael Nora, sort of a jazz rock record from the guy himself. Is from Latvia, I think, Michael Nora, or maybe Estonia, one of those northern countries. This is really superb. So this is it, people. I hope you enjoy this installment, and you can leave me some comments if you feel like it. Until next time.